Okay. Okay. We are going to read Notes from Underground by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Sometimes translated Notes from the Underground. Um, I've never actually read a Dostoevsky book, and he's getting, well, I don't know if he's getting, he is very popular on social media stuff, so I've seen lots of hype about him. Almost seems kind of like a cult. Some of you all are really obsessed, but I figured one of his smaller books would be a good way to get into it because I have actually tried to read Brothers Karamazov once, and I seriously made it like 200 pages in, and nothing had happened in the book. So um, I was like, I can't do this. So I stopped reading, but I've decided we're going to go again, try a different book, see what we can do. Um, without further ado, this is the Richard Pavir and Larisa Volokonsky translation. It's the new translation, it says. Um, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to break up this video. I'm going to read it all here in just one sitting, but I think I'll probably break up the videos just like by chapters. Put it all in a playlist. If you want, you can use this kind of as an audiobook. I have no idea if that's legal. Probably isn't, but fuck it, you know? This dude died like 100 years ago. Anyone should be able to listen to what he's saying. Um, yeah, let's get into it. Chapter 1, Underground. I am a sick man. I am a wretched man. An unattractive man. I think my liver hurts. However, I don't know a fig about my sickness, and am not sure what it is that hurts me. I am not being treated and never have been, though I respect medicine and doctors. What's more, I am also superstitious in the extreme. Well, at least enough to respect medicine. I am sufficiently educated not to be superstitious, but I am. No, sir, I refuse to be treated out of spite. Now, you will certainly not be so good as to understand this. Well, sir, but I understand it. I will not, of course, be able to explain to you precisely who is going to suffer in this case from my spite. I know perfectly well that I will in no way muck things up for the doctors by not taking their treatment. I know better than anyone that by all this I am only harming myself and no one else. But still, if I don't get treated, it is out of spite. My liver hurts. Well, then let it hurt even worse. Page 2. I've been living like this for a long time, about 20 years. I'm 40 now. I used to be in the civil service. I no longer am. I was a wicked official. I was rude and took pleasure in it. After all, I didn't accept bribes, so I had to reward myself at least with that. Open parentheses, a bad witticism, but I won't cross it out. I wrote it thinking it would come out very witty, but now, seeing it for myself that I simply had a vile wish to swagger, I purposefully won't cross it out. Close parentheses. When petitioners would come for information to the desk where I sat, I'd gnash my teeth at them, and felt an inexorable delight when I managed to upset someone. I almost always managed. They were timid people, for the most part. Petitioners, you know. But among the fops, there was one officer I especially could not stand. He simply refused to submit, and kept rattling his saber disgustingly. I was at war with him over that saber for a year and a half. In the end, I prevailed. He stopped rattling. However, that was still in my youth. But do you know, gentlemen, what was the main point about my wickedness? The whole thing precisely was, the greatest, nastiest precisely lay in my being shamefully conscious every moment, even in the moments of the greatest bile, that I was not only a wicked, but was not even an embittered man, that I was simply frightening sparrows in vain and pleasing myself with it. I'm foaming at the mouth, but bring me some little doll, give me some tea with a bit of sugar, and maybe I'll calm down. I'll even wax tender-hearted, though afterwards I'll certainly gnash my teeth at myself and suffer from insomnia for a few months out of shame. Such is my custom. What? Uh, and I lied about myself just now. When I said I was a wicked official, I lied out of wickedness. I was simply playing around both with the petitioners and with the officer, but as a matter of fact, I was never able to become wicked. I was conscious every moment of so very many elements in myself most opposite to that. I felt them simply swarming in me, these opposite elements. I knew they had been swarming in me all my life, asking me to be let go out of me, but I would not let them. I would not. I simply would not let them out. They tormented me to the point of shame. They drove me to convulsions, and finally I got sick of them. Oh, how sick I got. But does it not seem to you, gentlemen, that I am now repenting of something before you? That I am asking your forgiveness for something? I'm sure you think so. However, I assure you that it is all the same to me, even if you do. Not just wicked, no. I never even managed to become anything. Neither wicked nor good. Neither a scoundrel nor an honest man. Neither a hero nor an insect. And now I am living out my life in my corner, taunting myself with the spite and utterly futile consolation that it is even impossible for an intelligent man seriously to become anything, and only fools become something. Yes, sir, an intelligent man of the 19th century must be, and is morally obligated to be, primarily a characterless being, and a man of character, an active figure, primarily a limited being. This is my 40-year-old conviction. I am now 40 years old, and after all, 40 years is a whole lifetime. After all, it's the most extreme old age. To live beyond 40 is indecent, banal, and immoral. Who lives beyond 40? Answer me seriously, honestly. I'll tell you who does. Fools and scoundrels do. I'll say it in the faces of all the elders, all those venerable elders, all these silver-haired and sweet-smiling elders. I'll say it in the whole world's face. I have the right to speak this way, because I myself will live to be 60. I'll live to be 70. I'll live to be 80. Wait, let me catch my breath. What? You no doubt think, gentlemen, that I want to make you laugh. Here, too, you're mistaken. I am not at all such a jolly fellow as you think, or as you possibly think. If, however, irritated by all this chatter, and I already feel you are irritated, you decide to ask me, what precisely am I? Then I will answer you. I am one collegiate assessor. I served as to have something to eat, but solely for that. And when last year one of my distant relations left me 6,000 rubles in his will, I resigned at once and settled in my corner. I lived in this corner before as well, but now I settled into it. My room is wretched, bad, on the edge of the city. My servant is a village woman, old, wicked from stupidity, and always foul-smelling besides. I'm told that the Petersburg climate is beginning to do me harm, and that with my negligible means, life in Petersburg is very expensive. I know all that. I know it better than all those experienced and most wise counselors and waggers of heads. But I am staying in Petersburg. I will not leave Petersburg. I will not leave because... but it's all completely the same whether I leave or not. But anyhow, what can a decent man speak about with the most pleasure? Answer, about himself. So then I, too, will speak about myself. All right. We have just finished chapter 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to read these in chapters, and I'll just post them like that. I'll make a playlist so you can just listen to it all as a book. For now, I guess my thoughts on chapter 1. It seems, we're just still getting to know the character, but he's a very interesting person, very much kind of this confused, intellectual, but like in a twisted way person. I mean, he says it himself at the very beginning, I am a sick man, I am a wicked man. Yeah, very interesting. I thought his point that you are morally obligated to be primarily a characterless being is very interesting. Yeah, this seemed to be a chapter mostly of just claims and introductions, so I think we'll get more into his worldview in the next chapter. See you then.